Time for some good old car content. Doesn't everybody love some good old car content? Yeah, maybe. Anyway, let's talk about intuition and how to get yours sharper. Because to be completely honest, you are at a place in your life, especially if you're watching this video right here, right now, you are at a place in your life where you cannot afford to not know, to not trust, to not listen and blindly follow your intuition. You are at a place in your life where it has been speaking to you. You've been hearing it. You've been noticing it. You've been aware of it. And you've been kind of running from it. You're approaching your last warnings. Okay? Soon, ignoring your intuition is going to cost you something. Now, in the recent past, you've experienced minor inconveniences, little things that might throw you off course just a tad, might delay things just a tad, might have you start over, but you haven't got that far in the first place, so it's not a big deal. But soon it is going to cost you something that is going to cost you time that you can't afford to lose. It may cost you opportunities that you can't afford to miss. It may cost you people that you also cannot afford to lose. It may cost you your freedom. It may cost you more than you are able to pay or willing to pay. So now is not a time to play around with this anymore. Now that that's said, let me help you get sharper with your intuition. So, you are aware of it, you've heard it, you felt it, you've seen it in yourself before, as faint as it might be. This is how you identify your intuition. Because when it speaks, immediately after that, your ego mind starts to speak as well. And your intuitive mind is going to, this is how you recognize it. It's going to speak to you in a few ways. So it's going to speak to you through visions, pictures. You might see in your mind's eye like a movie, like a trailer, like a clip, like a reel, some kind of scene. You may see a word in your mind's eye. You may see a color in your mind's eye. You might see something in your mind's eye. If you do, that is what we call clear vision, also known as clairvoyance. If you hear something, you might hear a song, or your attention might be brought to some kind of sound in the atmosphere. Maybe for some reason, your ears just kind of tune into birds that are nearby, or keys that are jingling, or the ice cream truck that's off in the distance somewhere. The sound will be amplified and your attention will be drawn to it. This is called clear hearing or clairaudience. You also might just know something and have no idea how you know. An idea, a thought, a feeling, some kind of prompt aha moment will pop into your mind and you will go, the answer's right, the answer's left, the answer's up, down, black, yellow. You will just know the answer without having any reason as to why you know. This is called clear knowing or clear cognizance. There are other clairs, we call them the clairs. There are other clairs like you may pick up on a scent. You may smell someone who has passed away. You might smell something in the air that isn't in the environment at all. You might pick up on a cologne when that cologne has been discontinued. You might pick up on the smell of your favorite childhood meal. So it may come through a smell. It could come through taste. You could be out having pizza and all of a sudden you taste root beer. You might be alone and pick up on feelings of abdominal pain or shoulder pain or or foot itching or a knee just hurting, some kind of feeling or sensation in the body out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. You don't have shoulder issues or knee issues or back issues, but all of a sudden there's some kind of sensation or feeling in your body. You could be channeling someone else. And that's also a message of your intuition. It's called clairsentient. So we'll do a lot more research on, we'll do a lot more explaining of the clairs as you continue to follow this channel. So please save this video, like this video, and subscribe or follow this channel, because we're going to be learning how to gain precision intuition. All right, you want to get sharp. You want to get sharp fast, so you know where you're going when you get going. All right, now your intuition is also going to speak to you in a way that is soft and that is subtle. It's not going to be loud, and it's not going to argue with you because it's right. Have you ever been right about something and someone wants to argue with you that that's wrong? What do? Do you argue with them? No, you don't. I'm going to go ahead and answer that for you. 9.5 times out of 10, when you know something for a fact is true and someone wants to argue with you, somebody put it in the comments. What is your natural response? Okay. You let them have it. You just say, okay, because I know what's true and I'm not going to argue with you. So is your intuition. Your intuition is going to say, okay. Because it's 100% accurate 100% of the time. And you have free will to choose whether you're going to follow it or not. The intuition loses no sleep if you don't follow it. You might lose sleep if you don't follow it, but the intuition is just fine. Just fine. So it's going to be calm. It's going to be subtle. Mine speaks to me 3 times. Usually it speaks to me 3 times. And that's if I didn't listen the first 2 times. Nowadays, I can get to 2 times and I'm good. 2 times and I'm good. I'm going to follow. Now, when it's your ego mind or your analytical mind, it's going to be a little louder. It's going to argue with you. It's going to give you a long laundry list of why this makes more sense or why that doesn't make sense. It's going to remind you of every scenario, experience, event of the past, or anything that you've ever heard about somebody else going through. It's going to give you several warnings. It may prompt you to have feelings of anxiety about it. It's just going to talk a lot. It's going to explain a lot. Your intuition, not going to do that. So what I would encourage you to do is, when you get a prompt from your intuition that sounds kind of subtle but very clear, and you're not very sure on whether it's your intuition or it's your analytical mind, I want you to connect to spirit, which is taking a deep breath. The way we connect to spirit, or our spirit connects to our body, is breath. So if you ever want to connect more to your spirit and call more of your spirit into your body for clarity, breathe deeply and intentionally and slowly. And then I want you to ask for clarity and wait for what you see, feel, hear, taste, touch. It'll tell you.